And from here we can actually see our accommodation on the top of the hill. This is now already 11 p.m. It doesn't seem right because there's still many people walking, strolling around. Local people here also love to do activities. That is the dances over here, I reckon. All the restaurants here also the same taste with the Chongqing. I mean in terms of spiciness. Okay, good afternoon everybody. Right now we are staying in one of the biggest Miao Village in the world. There are 1,400 different households down there. This is a Miao Village, Miao people living here in this region. Today I'll be taking you for a little bit walk around the village and see what it has to offer. And maybe we have a chance to communicate with some local people in here. So mainly up here on the mountainside, higher than the village itself down there. This is where most of the homestays and tourist accommodation. Prices are a little bit expensive here compared to back home or the big city like Chongqing and the other places. And down there, do you see a lot of beautiful women in the dresses of the black monk? They are the tourists, come from the big city. Or I don't know where exactly they come from, but I see international tourists here as well. Restaurants and hotels and cafes also down there, but mainly the restaurants where the eateries are. On the top of the mountains there, that is a sacred area, I guess, because it has like a bridge in the middle, and that is where the sun set. So hopefully today we can see the sunset from there. Right, so follow me, I'll take you for a walk down to the place and maybe we have a cup of coffee or something to eat for dinner on the top of the house, and then have a panorama view of the whole village. Normally we have to pay, but I don't know exactly how much it is. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. You see the house is constructed with the wood and it's roofed with the ceramic. It looks very good actually. So if you guys are coming here, always have to book a hotel in advance. I reckon it's very hard to find on booking.com, so you gotta find other social media platforms, because booking, there's a limitation on booking.com in here. When you search on that, it doesn't show every tourist accommodation in this village. So only once you arrive, you started to realize that there are many more homestays, hotels. So we didn't go in the middle of the day as the weather was very hot. So at 12, 1 p.m., 2 p.m, it is extremely hot. We decided to go when it gets a little bit cooler. Normally it cools down at about 5 p.m. Okay, we're still getting lost in the village in the small alleys like this. What we are looking for is the cafe that I mentioned earlier. That is a cafe where we can have a panorama view of the whole village. So finally we need help from the local guide. So he asked for 20 yen, so I think it's reasonable because he took us there. But you know what, I do have a lot of mosquito bites on my skin. So you guys, whenever traveling here, you have to prepare mosquito repellents or spray. Finally, we are in the building which has a rooftop for photos. Okay, my wife really into it. She is just like a hidden place. Nobody knows where that is. All right, right now I am on the rooftop of that, and you know, actually we paid 20 renminbi for the local guy. Just now he brought us here, and we got to buy some coffee, but unfortunately the weather is rainy a little bit right now. But he said that don't worry, because later on this area will be stunning. The rain will be only for about a few minutes, so yeah, we are so excited to see when the whole village is light up, you know. So this is where normally the tourists will be stepping up here, and they will be standing up here for photos. And over there, yeah. Okay, that is a little bit dangerous. I'm pretty sure that I will only stay here and make a whole view this for you. It is not a joke. Everything here is quite pricey, you know. It is a little bit more expensive than we expect. But you know, it's worth it. It's really, really worth it. So Vietnamese and Chinese, we have so much in common. That is about when we, you know, we're really into photos taking. And you see, yeah, dress up like locals, very colorfully and very colorful. And you know, we choose the best place. And even in the night time, we also have everything set up, you know, to make sure that the photo looks the best. Yeah, really, you know, really something. I sometimes see the international tourists, I mean Westerners, do that, but you know, it is way less than the Vietnamese and Chinese tourists do. Yeah. Okay, but you know, this is a way we keep the culture alive. You know, really like it. So the guy said it's only 10 minutes away to the sunset. How amazing he is. He knows exactly when the sunset is. So amazing. You know, every time we do a conversation with them, we always have to do a Google Translate and everything like that. When you ask some question, you have to make it very specific, because they might not understand, even through their translation app. Oh, nice. We are going to the store that offers the service of taking photos and dressing up like locals. So here's the shop. Check it out. Hello. So this is all the traditional dresses that they have to offer over here. Very colorful. It comes from many different tribes living in this mountainous area. So colorful, just like back home, but we have very limitation on you know, their options. But over here there are hundreds of different kind of traditional customs. Hopefully it's going to be good. I've been waiting for 30 minutes already. Don't know how long it's going to take. It's pretty tired of walking up down the stairs. Yeah, so we're now in a place that you know, my wife gonna take photos, and you know, this service cost us 299 yuan. So for the makeup, accessories and everything like that. So you know, it's one kind of favorite activities here, you know. Very good. So look at the view of the village during the night time. It is so wonderful. Sorry, my camera doesn't make it very good, but I'm gonna make it with my digital camera. As I mentioned earlier, there are many of the people go up here even in the night time to take photos, you know. So now we go to a different location. Hopefully it's not too far from here. So almost everywhere in the village you can see this kind of you know, service. All the restaurants here also the same taste with the Chongqing. I mean, in terms of spiciness. It's very, very spicy, very hot. So just now we experienced that. Look at that. The food is red. It is not because of it's fried. It is all comes from chili sauce. It is so vibrant, so lively. I didn't expect that so many tourists are on the road, even in the night time. I thought there would be less tourists here during the night. Because most of tourists, I guess that they stayed in the town nearby here. The town this morning we crossed by. Okay, it is a different location, located in right in the center of the Miao Village. Watch out the floors, uneven ground. Wow. Oh, guys, you have to believe me. This one, it is so vibrant, so lively. And from here we can actually see our accommodation on the top of the hill. Over there, on the top of the hill. Local people here also love to do activities. That is the dances over here, I reckon. Look at that. Hopefully it's not only for show. Hope that is a real activity that they do on a daily basis. So the interesting thing about the street food over here is you come yourself to pick up any kind of ingredients over here, and then he will actually cook for you. It's very interesting. You also pick up the rice, but only a little bit of that to make sure that he knows exactly what you're gonna have. But you know, is the chili and something spicy will be automatically added into your food. Alright, and this one costs you about 18 renminbi, so roughly about, you know, $4 US, if I'm not wrong. And a lot of kind of meat over here. I reckon that's pork. If you cannot take the spicy food, then say no with that actually. Otherwise it's going to be very, very hot. So finally, after waiting for about 10 minutes, the line was very long. And now our food, stir-fried noodles, is already finished. And we have to stay here because sometimes he didn't remember that we don't like it spicy. So thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, let's go find somewhere to eat. So in here where they sell Maotai wine is one of the very famous wine in this region. It's also by distillation. Okay, so my wife gonna love this one. We haven't realized it. This is now already 11 p.m. Okay, but it doesn't seem right because there's still many people walking, strolling around there. And the shop is not yet closed. We are on the way back to our accommodation and finish for the day. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna see you in the next one.